Oh shit, I didn't update the title. Fuck.
So I actually was in the middle of changing the title of it, and then I got distracted trying to find an egg sound, because apparently I don't have any basketball-related egg sounds, so I tried to find the goofy one where he's falling, and I can't find that one anymore. So I just said fuck it, and tonight we're just using the regular one for now, because we'll eventually get a basketball-related one.
You will give me an egg.
Lolden, thank you for the host. I saw another host sneak in there right before we started, and it was Chumlord. Thank you as well for the host. We're going to be playing a game that apparently does not want to play any audio. Jacqueline Byrne, thank you for subbing for 5 months. Here's your egg.
You will give me an egg.
You will give me... He's on fire! I'm expecting you will give me a Boom Shakalaka at some point, to be honest. I got someone on CoCom as well. I've got the Juker joining me tonight.
A professional basketball expert, as you could tell.
Yep, you're way into the basketball. Nightgaze 69, 19 months, and the Milkman 44. Thank you for 4 months as well. Thank you for both resubbing. Here's your egg.
You will give me an egg.
Yeah, there we go. The people getting the email are gonna be like, "This doesn't look like Super Ghouls and Ghosts."
No. What we're doing before we actually play this is John's doing round 2, and what he meant is he's actually playing through the entirety of the game, which means he's playing through it 4 times technically.
No. Mascofo, thanks for subbing for 10 months. Here's your egg.
You will give me an egg.
Just a flat no. All right.
Well, this is gonna be a night of Space Jam. I hope you realize that.
I mean, I'm expecting it. All right, so I wonder how many people have actually seen this game before. I know we've streamed it once or twice in the past. I'm just gonna check the options for a second here. Oh, it starts you on easy. Look at that. I mean, are we gonna play on All-Star?
Yeah, you gotta get your game on and go play.
You know what? I was hoping you weren't gonna go for the low hanger, but you went for it. Video Shinobi, 26 months. Thank you for subbing. Here's your egg, and as well, thanks for the host, Mario 1080p.
You will give me an egg.
Our controls are shot slam Y, jump B, slam jump X, and operate A. So I guess we're gonna be doing some surgery somewhere in this game. Let's do it. Chaos in the Windy City, starring Michael Jordan himself. It's a windy day in Chicago. First practice for an all-star charity game. Michael shows up and finds his team has disappeared. Their stuff is here, but they're not. This is weird. Suddenly, through a skylight, crash! A ball with a note scrawled on it. Mr. Jordan, if you want to save your pals, come to the Egyptian room in the Field Museum at midnight. Come alone. Dr. Max Cranium. Man, this is serious. Better check it out. That night, a guard lets Michael into the closed museum. God knows we need all these basketball players to investigate things. In the Egyptian room, creak happens. Well, I'm here. Now what? Hey, a door in the wall. He enters warily. What the? Finding himself at the entrance to an underground prison, Michael sets out to find his friends. That is the plot to Michael Jordan, Chaos in the Windy City.
Very conveniently located under that museum, that prison.
Furion Productions, 12 months in a row. Entity of Justice, thank you for subbing. Okami of Games, thank you for the host. X-Men 0444, 27 months in a row. And Sage Todd for the host. Samurai Snake, 5 months. Thank you all. Here's your egg.
You will give me an egg.
Get ready for basketing balls. Also, yes, that is actually a map of the overworld. This game has an overworld.
You mean Chicago?
We will not be... Yes. The overworld of Chicago. Sage Todd 9 months in a row. Here's your egg.
You will give me an egg.
Let's do it. Welcome to the holding cells. In each stage, we will find one of our basketball friends. And the only way to free them is to dribble this ball very slowly. And then just keep doing this very quickly.
I believe Smite recently did a race of this.
He did, actually. I don't believe they even got out of the cells.
They did not finish that race. They kind of gave up. Because this game is hard.
This game is not that hard, honestly.
It's not the hardest, but I think they played it for like an hour and gave up.
Oops.
Timeout.
Timeout. Also the most important part. Every time you pause the game, Michael says timeout.
Timeout. Timeout.
You sure the most
Timeout.
important thing isn't the shoes?
I don't think there are shoes in this game. Oh, you're right. That's the speed up. Heavy Bass, thanks for the hose. And unoriginal username, 11 months in a row. Thank you for the host and the sub. Here's your egg.
You will give me an egg.
Let's do it.
Could have sworn there were some kind of sponsorship shoes in this game, like Nike.
You might be right. I know there's Wheaties. That's how I got my health back. There's also Gatorade.
Oh, Gatorade, it's a sports game. I'm not surprised.
That's also Jordan. So that's the thing.
Also true.
Anything like Jordan's associated with. I'm surprised there's not like a Hanes for Men unlockable or something.
There might be.
Also, Jordan has infinite basketballs. That's his real superpower.
He does.
But he
just
cannot
throws them.
jump off of a ladder. That's his... A man who is known for jumping cannot jump off a ladder unless he's at the very top of it, apparently.
I mean, this is a platformer. You would expect him to not even need the ladder. He could just, dunk right up to the ledge and just grab onto it and pick himself up.
I forget what the money's for, too. I think that might be one-ups. Oh, God! Basketball zombies that rip off their heads!
Money, I believe, is just for one-ups. It's been a while since I've played this.
Yeah, so the golds are 5, the silvers are 1. Makes sense.
Oh, we already have a Boom Shakalaka egg.
Really? Wow, that was fast.
Timeout.
Timeout.
Kyon.
And where to go?
I will send that to you.
Beauty. Dranicos, thank you for something for 27 months. While we're switching eggs, here's your egg.
You will give me an egg.
Where was it dropped? Or you're
It's
setting
on Twitter.
oh, there, wait. Boom. Kyon's right on it. Boom shaka egg.
You will give me an
I like it. I like it.
Seems like it's a pretty solid egg for tonight.
Yeah. I just wish it didn't cut off right at the end of the laka. But I mean, it's hard to get a good clean clip of that.
You will give me an
Just cuts off right at the end. Makes me sad. Was this developed by the same team as Shaq-fu? No, because that was Delphine Software. I think they were...
Ocean worked on this game, right? Or at least in Europe, I think they published it.
This is EA is the publisher. So... I'm missing something.
Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure I heard Ocean worked on this game.
All right, we've got our baseball basketball. We've got flaming basketballs, and we've just got basketballs. And here we go. We found our first teammate. And he dematerialized and gave us a key. All right, sure. Why not? I also thought he was supposed to tell us about the plot of the game, but I guess not. Maybe
Apparently, yes. This game was published by Ocean in Europe.
Huh.
Interesting.
Ah, crud. How do I get that? I want that one up.
With basketball, you need to believe.
How do I get that one up? Oh, that's how I get it. That's a weird way to get that. That's a very weird way how to get that. Why would you think that would be the way to get that?
What do you have to do? Jump to it?
I have to clip through the platform.
Timeout.
Yeah, using your basketball powers that you use regularly in every game of basketball.
Oh, hang on. We got to bounce on one foot here first. All right, what do we got? We got just the silver key now. But now we've got the gold keys, because that's how progression works. And there's Wheaties!
Timeout.
Tonight's tour guide to the Windy Cities, the Juker, known for his excellent basketball fundamentals. Hi, Ultima. Thanks for the sub, dude. Here's your egg.
You will give me an
All right. I don't think I need to worry about the rest of the doors now because I've got the teammate. But I'm still going to open them up anyways because usually they give you 1-ups, health extensions, and warps. And then, of course, there's the gold basketball.
Gold basketball is, of course, the most important power-up in the entire game.
Which is great for fighting spiders. Shit.
Spiders are known to be a rather common hazard on the basketball court.
This is seriously how you have to fight the spiders unless you want to waste one of your special shots. It's very annoying.
It's also important to note that the spiders are pretty mechanical looking.
Well, I mean, when you're dealing with Dr. Max Cranium, what can you expect?
All right, that was his name.
Yep, that is the main villain of this game. I love
You
it.
can't ruin the shoes. The shoes are very important in basketball. If you don't have the right shoes, you're not going to win.
Oh shit, there were bats in that door for some reason. I've got to be careful, I don't want to die. I'm making Jordan sad. He's very sad in the corner there. Now he's just very annoyed. We've got a slight improvement.
So is there like some kind of spring shoe power up in this game that could be Air Jordans? Or is there nothing like that?
I don't remember. I think there's only speed up and that's it.
Oh, do we have room for another person here? I think I might have a person
Yeah.
who may want in on this.
Who's up?
Timeout.
Now Wonk, thanks for sub for 10 months in a row. Here's your egg.
You will give me an
What do you think?
Are we just going to ignore the random eyeball in the corner? Yes, we are. Oh, I also missed Green Draco 313, 14 months in a row. Sorry about that. Here's your egg as well. The game is so quiet. Yeah, it's
You will give me an
it's a very quiet game in general, so I'll up the audio a bit here. Max Cranium 90s game, you say? Should have guessed. Jordan is not sad, just very disappointed in you, John. Yeah, Michael Jordan probably would be in general if he met me. I feel like that's how life would be. Life with Jordan.
So what do you think?
Oh, I got the shoes.
I put it in the chat for you if you want to...
Oh, the Air Jordans are invincibility.
Are they? That is apparently what they do on the court. Because once you have the ball in your possession, you're actually free to dunk as much as you want. No one can stop you once you have those Jordans.
I've done it. I've pressed a button. I don't know what that button did. Oh, it calls the elevator down. All right. Now we've got purple basketballs. We've got the whole rainbow tonight, apparently.
Purple basketballs are known to be poison.
The poison basketballs.
Well, of course. I mean, they have to inflict the status ailments.
Yeah, get him in there. All right. Uh-oh.
All right.
Curse this crafty Dr. Cranium. I was going to say the spider was the crafty one. I guess not. Worst part is I gotta be careful because if I land in water, Jordan dies. Jordan can't swim apparently. That's the
No, you can't get the shoes wet. That's a very important part of basketball.
I'm pretty sure you get a number of penalties here.
a number of
Penalties for what?
penalties
A number of
for
them.
drowning.
For just having too many basketballs on the court. I mean, that's
You mean infinite?
Hang on, guys. It's bonus time.
bonus time.
I got a 1-up. I actually think I got everything. Wow. Nice.
So we just got our defense in the call.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah. I mean, how do you expect to play without any defense?
You're having a dunk competition in the Twilight Zone, it seems like here.
Yep, that's basically what just happened, and we won. We got. I think the 23, his jersey number is actually the one up.
It's pretty easy to win. We have no one else playing against you.
Kinda. Why do I have to be at the top of the ladder to jump? That seems very counterintuitive.
So is Larry Bird like the sensei that you have to meet up with every once in a while to get new dunk skills?
I wish. I'm kind of sad that I don't think there's other basketball players in this.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a Charles Barkley or like a Shaq or anything.
I would assume at least Larry Bird because, then they could at least have a dunk competition or shooting contest for McDonald's.
But they
That
already
would've
have
done.
Jordan versus Bird for the NES. We clearly don't need another one.
Well, what is this? This is for Genesis?
Yes.
No, this is Super
Genesis
Nintendo.
type.
This is SNES.
Was
Oh,
it?
the Super Nintendo? Okay.
All right.
I couldn't tell from the graphics alone because they look like they could be either because of the style of the graphics.
All right, folks, it's the mid-stage scoreboard brought to us by Wheaties and Gatorade. It's got a rating of sweet. We've saved one of 21 captives.
Also, Fallen Angels just subscribed.
Fallen Angels, thanks for the sub, dude. Here's your egg.
You will give me an
Do we miss anyone else? No. We're missing the important question here. Mainly, since when did Air Jordan play ball for the Hooters franchise? That's a very good question.
A question that does not need answering right now.
Maybe it does. All right, we've cleared stage 1. Dr. Mac's cranium turned a maze of catacombs beneath the museum into a block of prison cells. Heavy locks keep the captives in. Zombies, giant spiders, and other creatures keep trespassers out. Complete this level to find the red card key.
Didn't they already tell us that those were prison cells?
Yeah. I mean, the map says holding cells, but I actually went and read the rest of the info.
Wow, I'm surprised that Donkey Kong Country just stole all the design elements from this game. You know,
You will give me an
Boom shakalaka!
Yeah, it's so similar to Donkey
You mean the
Kong
bonus
Country.
baskets?
All right.
Yeah, the bonus baskets, the map system.
Jake's giving us another Boom Shakalaka as well, and he actually left like the announcer going, "Oh!" in the background.
You will give me an
Boom shakalaka!
But it is a cleaner ending to it, so I like it. Thank you, Jake. Oops, that is not the right button.
Also, Dragon Lord Carter just subbed for 10 months.
Dragon Lord Carter, thanks for the sub for 10 months. Here's your egg.
You will give me an
Boom shakalaka!
Gonna save this to my computer and actually put it in the eggs folder for once.
File management is useful.
You know what? It's hard when half of the files are labeled "you will give me a," followed by whatever. So like, at a quick glance, all I say is "you will give me a," and then it's usually gibberish. Like there's one that says "you will give me a no," and I don't know which no it is because there's like the no of Arnold going yeah, and then there's like someone screaming no, and then there's the Vader no.
I actually could give some insight into how to deal with this, given what I do for work. But just come up with a prefix system.
Jake's like, don't lose my masterpiece, John. I even named it nicely for you. You named it the exact same thing Keon did. They both have the same name.
Right. Yeah, that's a problem.
They're both labeled Egg Shakalaka. Oh, no, actually, no, I'm wrong. Keon actually called it Boom Shaka Egg, and he called it Egg Shakalaka. Never mind.
Egg Shakalaka is a much better name.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
No need for straw poll for that.
There's another captive here somewhere. We've got to find him. Through the power of throwing infinite basketballs at robo-spiders. I can't wait till we get to the boss.
I forgot what were the bosses in this game.
I only remember fighting one boss, and it was a giant robot. That's all I remember.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Powerade, you know, just because Gatorade is one of your sponsors, so you have to fight against Powerade.
This game's
Sadly,
reminding
no.
me of...
And the other boss, of course, is Rice Krispies, because they're the national enemy of Wheaties.
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember the moon shoes, though? That Nickelodeon thing you'd see for
Dude, I'm
every
so
game?
sad. My friends had moon shoes, and every time I went to go try them on, they were already broke, so I couldn't actually even use
They were
them.
broke when you got them, let's be honest.
That is true.
Those things were just one big safety hazard.
This game has a surprising amount of ball physics when it comes to ways you can throw the ball. That is a...
It's a little obnoxious because there's like two different ways to do like the dunk shot, and he'll just switch no matter what. He'll just... Like, all I'm doing right now is pressing X, and he is alternating between behind his back and, like, the famous, like, Air Jordan dunk.
Well, that's how it's like in real life. You know, when you go for a dunk, your body just switches from one of, like, 5 preset animations. So you don't really have any control.
The problem is, they don't actually hit in the same spot. They're slightly off.
Well, right, because since your body doesn't have eyes on it, your eyes have the eyes on it, but your body doesn't. It doesn't know where it's shooting. So that would explain why you're just missing all
Was
over the
that a
place.
coherent sentence just then?
Or I could rather say your head has eyes in it, but the rest of your body doesn't.
So this is one of the bosses. I'll just not send this to John. It's better to leave this as a surprise in case you don't remember.
You're saying that the controls aren't one of the bosses?
No,
The controls actually are not that bad besides, like, the dunk attack. That's the only bad thing in this game so far, control-wise.
Sketch, what do you think of that?
I think that Father Fishbowl L just subscribed, so... and
Father Fishbowl, thank you for subbing. Here's your egg. Did I actually load? I didn't load up the egg. Shit. I didn't load up the brand new egg sand we got. And I was all excited. And then I didn't have it.
that's just...
Give me
See, that just makes me think that the Donkey Kong Country reference is more valid here.
You will give me an
Boom shakalaka!
There we go.
But yeah, you remember in Donkey Kong Country the horde of Air Jordans that he had in that game.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah, no, Donkey Kong had a
Oh
big
God,
Air
here
Jordan.
we
horde.
go. Here we
Yeah.
go.
It was just the banana line of Air Jordans, you know, for
The
extra grip.
The Banana Republic, yeah.
Exactly. Here. Uh-oh, so when was this game released?
94?
94 in November.
No,
So it's
same
Donkey
month as Donkey Kong Country.
Are you shitting me?
No, it gets even better. Same day as Donkey Kong Country.
No.
November 21st, 1994.
Bullshit. I don't believe you. I do not believe you, Sketch.
I could point to both of the Wikipedia pages. Wikipedia's listing of NA for Super Nintendo release of Donkey Kong Country, 21st November 1994.
Shit, he's right.
Michael Jordan
Are
Cans
you
in the Windy
shitting
City,
me? Really?
November
He's right.
21st, 1994. So clearly, EA had sleeper agents at Rare to steal their code to make this game. That's the only explanation.
Unbelievable. I cannot believe those two games came out the same fucking day.
I mean, that explains the whole
Time
Air
out.
Jordan
Both.
situation.
Whoa, wait. What was that about? Front flip dunk? Hang on. Well, the chat's like freaking out about Illuminati. Both triggers and jump while running front flip dunks. All right, there we go. That's important.
Now here's another interesting parallel between these two games. They both featured music by prominent game composers from England with the first name David and their last initial being W.
What?
David Wise did the music, and David Whittaker did the music for this game. Well, was one of the guys who did the music for this game. How about that, huh?
What was this about front flip dunk?
That's pretty interesting.
I think they might have been lying about the both trigger thing because the other trigger changes your basketballs.
Now, I will say that there were 4 listed composers on Wikipedia for this game. David Whittaker,
Oh my
Murray
God.
Allen,
Never mind. It was just hold out. It was just hold out.
Mark Farley, and Don Vecca. So, you know, it's so there's some interesting truths about this game. This is very uncanny here.
I thought it was weird before I was mentioning that Ocean published this game in Europe for whatever reason.
Let's see here. Okay, here is a.
My
All right,
God, you
so
get
here's
so
a-
much height off of that too. Holy shit.
Okay,
He's got a
here's.
point.
Oh, this is actually interesting here.
I mean, Donkey Kong Country and this came out both on the SNES.
Ah,
On the
yes,
same
the
day.
biggest conspiracy.
Biggest conspiracy. So.
Uh-oh. What have you found this time?
The main designer behind this game
Yep.
is a woman who went on to work for Crystal Dynamics, working on the Legacy of Kain series, and she went on to work on the Jak and Daxter and Uncharted games.
What?
This was her first designing gig.
Was Michael
Was this-
Jordan Chaos in the Windy City?
It's a pretty good game
Yes.
to start with.
All things considered, as bizarre as this game is, it doesn't seem like it's a broken game.
I would call this a pretty competent game. There's not really that much basketball in this.
That woman's name is Amy Henning. So yeah, she started working as an artist on this game. Then the lead designer quit, and she was given the lead design job for this game afterwards.
Pretty easy way to get that.
There you go.
Wait, what? Oh, there we go.
I also love, I just noticed, those zombies throw their basketball heads and then just grow a new basketball.
She then worked on Blood Omen: Legacy of Kain. Then she was the director, producer, and writer for Soul Reaver. Hey, that's a good title there.
I would like to point out that stage gave me power-ups to do that bonus, and then none of the power-ups actually hit the enemies.
And she was the game director for Drake's Fortune. She was the head writer, creative director for the Uncharted series. So, yeah, very cool. It's like interesting beginnings, right?
Yeah, I would not have expected all those games to come out of this game.
Especially
Yeah.
not Uncharted.
Well, I mean, now we look at the platforming. Really, it doesn't make sense with
This
giant
to me
springs.
screams Nathan Drake. You're right.
Exactly.
I mean, it does, especially with all the parkour and everything.
Exactly. Ball core. That's what you just call it, right?
Wait.
No, we call it court core.
Oh, right.
MJ's
Dunkcore.
ball physics. Thank you for subbing. Here's your egg.
You will give me an
Boom shakalaka.
All right. Password all nines unlocks all levels. What?
Timeout.
Time out. Time out on that.
Also, Lizak subbed for 17 months.
Hang on, I gotta deal with this golden eyeball first. There we go.
Time
Lizak, thank you for subbing for 17 months. Here's your egg.
You will give me
Oh,
an
man.
Boom shakalaka.
Quad City Eggs. I know what this is.
Oh no. Is it exactly what I think it is?
Exactly what I think it is. I don't even need to click this. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was not the sound effect I was expecting for you to say.
I
Now
think
I'm
you should
curious.
Listen to this right now. Here you go.
All right. What have I been
Timeout.
sent? Hang on, timeout.
This is worth listening to right now.
Oh boy.
Give me an egg. Give me an egg. Give me an egg. You will
Perfect.
give me an egg.
Holy shit, who did that?
That was Lord Cuddy.
Cuddy, that is on point. Holy shit. Lord Cuddy, that's amazing. I think that's our egg sound for the night. Holy shit. I will not have a shortage of basketball sounds after tonight.
Yeah. Now we need to get into like the slicing of the sounds to make it actually recreate the lyrics. I mean, we have the technology for that.
That's
It's easy.
going a little too far on that one.
Tonight,
Maybe.
though, we will be able to dunk all of our eggs into one basket.
Mhm.
Really?
Yes.
Well, there's multiple baskets in this game, which raises the question: how do you know the baskets you're dunking is the right one that's going to give you points? What if it's an own goal sort of situation? You know? Then
Well, you
your
actually
opponent-
take damage in this game, then, is how it happens.
Hmm.
It's a good thing I should remember that platform disappeared. Oh, there's the key I need. Get over here. Oops, I don't need the baseball. I need the basketball.
Baseball's not going to do you anything in this.
Baseball's going to be a great failure for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be the weakest weapon. I think it's actually supposed to be one of the better ones. I don't remember what basketballs are actually good. in this game.
That's a bit of wish
Yeah.
fulfillment
I
there,
was
isn't
about to
it?
say, compared
Just
to
a
how it
little.
actually went down.
2 of 21 captives saved.
See, now I'm just wishing that they made it. What was it? The All Stars? Wasn't that the TV show?
MJ!
Final Sovereign just subbed.
Oh, dude, All Stars was the best show. Final Sovereign, thanks for subbing. Here's your egg.
Give me an egg. Give me an egg. Give me an egg. You will give me an egg.
Oh, Jake's made another egg. What is this
Yeah, I was
one?
about to say, what is the best egg?
How about
ever?
I give you a little
Egg.
Was that Tom?
How about I give you a little
Egg.
That sounds a lot like Tom. But I don't think that's Tom.
That's not Tom.
Oh, Pro Stars. That's the one.
Pro Stars was the best cartoon. Pol Kitsune 23 months in a row, and I can never say your name correctly. Amfestamako, thank you for subbing for 11 months. Here is your egg.
The best part about Pro Stars was how none of the athletes portrayed in it were accurate portrayals of their actual personalities in any way, which was great.
He says, come on and give you a little boom shakalaka. What? Come on, John? What the fuck?
How about I give you a little
Egg.
Oh, that is an announcer. Never mind. It doesn't sound like him because he's not excited. He sounds very, like, bored during that
It
clip.
really does compared to what you normally hear of him. But you know what's not boring? Wheaties. And Gatorade.
And Gatorade combined at
Wheaties
last.
and Gatorade, combine them for ultimate power.
Someone said sounds more like J.K. Simmons. Okay, so that is an actual overview of the map we're going to be going through here. That's cool. I didn't realize they actually went to that level with it.
I'm surprised the map
Well,
itself does not
to
have
be
like
fair-
an advertisement on it or anything.
To be fair, Amy's start was being an artist. She went so far as to add the little cup indicator in the corner, indicating that someone rested their Gatorade on there and left the little wet ring on there. So
They had to go EA's all known for going whole hog with their brand implementation, so.
absolutely. But yeah, that Pro Stars cartoon. So
It's a shame we don't get dumb games like this anymore.
it's a shame. Well, dumb games and dumb cartoons like Pro Stars. We get dumb cartoons, but not like Pro Stars.
Yeah, so for Pro Stars was like late 80s, early 90s. So for those who don't know what this cartoon is, it is a cartoon starring Michael Jordan, Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky, and their mother. And they are
their Yiddish mother.
And they are a superhero team that goes around, transforms into super sports members, the Pro Stars, and they fight crime. It was the best show.
Included great episode titles such as The Slugger Returns. Let's see here. Anything that's actually funny? A Bite of the Big Apple, Clockwork Catastrophe, Gargantus and the Highway of Doom, and Blockbusters, which is clearly a reference to Ghostbusters.
I believe that episode had Learns of Music in it. Is that correct?
Keep in mind, I think this is also from the same company that made Hammerman, which was the MC Hammer superhero cartoon.
I was about to mention that show. That existed for like all of 3 episodes.
No, didn't they get
right.
like a dozen?
No,
okay.
There's no way.
Okay. That's a good trivia question. Which show had more episodes actually produced for them? Pro Stars or Hammerman?
Had to be Pro Stars.
Now I'm curious.
Okay, I'll give you one. I'll give you fun little trivia. Both of these shows ended their runtime on the same day.
What?
December 7th, 1991, and both only had 13 episodes made for them.
Wow.
Both were made by Deke Entertainment, and both had the same executive producer, Andy Hayward. Which would explain a lot about that in terms of how badly judged of an idea they were.
Time out.
Dark Azure Fox, thank you for subbing. Here's your egg.
Give me an act. Give me an act.
Oh, it's probably the boomerang one that
You
gets
will
it, huh?
give me an act.
So the thought just occurred to me: how come the zombies with basketballs for heads and pretty much any other basketballs in this game are weak to basketball?
I mean, we didn't say Dr. Max Cranium was actually smart. It's just heavily implied by his name.
So it's something like he took all the powers, like in some kind of movie.
Yeah,
with
like some
Looney Tunes.
kind of space-related jam movie.
So are you telling me that the way this game is going to end is that you're going to not be able to beat the final boss out of nowhere? Bill Murray is just going to come in and save the day.
I kind of hope now.
So that would be an amazing ending.
So, yeah, Deke Entertainment is an interesting entity when it comes to the animation they were connected with. 'Cause Andy Hayward had a lot of ridiculous things. You know, of course, you had Inspector Gadget, which was great.
Phenomenal.
Heathcliff, which was, I liked it. I remember liking it
There
as
was
a
a
kid.
Heathcliff cartoon? I do not
Yeah, there
remember that.
was.
Of course there was a Heathcliff
It was so 80s.
That's probably why I don't remember
Great.
it.
Captain Planet was, of course, Deke.
Oh, yeah.
Madeline for 93 and 94. Of course, the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoons from 93 to 94.
All of them, right?
Both of them. I think both of them were
There were
pretty.
3.
Yeah. Sonic Underground.
Well, no, I don't think
As
so-
much
was
as you
Sonic
want to forget
Underground
Sonic
Deke?
Underground, you can't.
Was Sonic Underground? Is that also by Deke? I would not be surprised if it was.
I do not understand. We're on professional, but for some reason, none of the players are actually telling us
you're
the
right.
plot. There's supposed to be plot when you're actually playing this game.
You're right.
All the basketball players you save are supposed to tell you about what's going on.
I have an appropriate
Yeah.
gift for tonight that I just found.
Sonic Underground was indeed another Deke production, which explains a number of other
Decisions.
problems. But yeah, well, nice little picture there, Junior. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
Why would you
technically-
electrocute the water? I can't even touch it to begin with.
You try throwing a basketball at it.
You're right.
Right. If the ball
You're a
touches the water
genius,
first,
Juker.
it will diffuse electricity. I've watched that Electro Boom guy on YouTube. I think I learned that you can stop current using basketballs,
Time out.
or maybe that was with your tongue. And instead of stopping current, it passes it through your body.
There's been 5
Those
Sonic
things.
TV shows at this point, according to the chat.
Well, yeah, there's been the original one.
Yeah.
There's
The original
Adventures of-
at AM,
Yeah, Saturday AM,
Underground.
Sonic Underground, Sonic X.
Sonic X.
and then
Sonic X
And
is,
Boom.
but if you include the Sonic OVA, is it OVA or OAV? I forget it. It's OVA. When you're talking about the short
Original
run
video
anime.
animation. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think-
So there's there was a Sonic OVA as well. So that's another one technically, which basically had a lot of some allusions to the Sonic CD stuff.
Oh right, because
Let's see
that had
here.
like original Amy in it and everything.
Yeah.
do love
Another thing that Deke was responsible for was the ever popular Super Duper Sumos.
Oh right.
That was the
That was a
thing.
cartoon.
Certainly was.
Along with the Ripping Friends and many other amazing
Yeah,
cartoons.
Ripping Friends did not last very long, but it was.
It
good.
got a second season barely, didn't it? Like it had like maybe 3 episodes to that second
it
season,
might
and then it
have.
got taken off the air.
The episode I really remember is the one with the indigestible wad.
Oh my god, that
Now,
was like,
one
that
of
was
the
like the
things-
one they always aired.
Now, my big thing when it came to Deke was that I remember in college, and this was back in like 2002, for one class we were doing research presentations, and so I decided to do mine on animation and mainly the use of outsourcing in the production of American animation. And Deke was one of the first, if I'm not mistaken, to really use a lot of heavy use of Japanese outsourcing in their animation.
Was it Japanese? I thought it was Korean.
It was Japanese at first. Japan was kind of, because if you looked at like cartoons made in the 80s in particular, like Thundercats, for example, and Inspector Gadget, and then later on the real Ghostbusters, those all were Japanese produced in terms of line animation. Entering into the 90s was when the transition to Korean animation studios happened, really spearheaded by the folks at Fox. And actually, the later portion of the real Ghostbusters switched to Korean animation. You can tell because the stylization changes up partway through. I find it really fascinating because, especially if you look at shows like the real Ghostbusters, you can see the influence of the Japanese animators as part of the process.
From the couple episodes I watched with you like half a year ago, which was the last time I watched it, I
Yeah.
kind of see what you're saying.
Well, in terms of like the way the line weighting's done, the thin line weight on the outside, which is kind of typical of anime that was done at the time, and a few other things, it's really, again, I find fascinating. But Inspector Gadget, I believe, used Japanese studios to do the main production, while Darkness DJ decided to subscribe in the middle of this.
I remember when he did that during an
Time
episode
out.
of the real Ghostbusters.
Exactly.
Darkness DJ, thanks for the sub. Here's the egg.
Give me an egg.
I'll give you a clue as to why I suspect Inspector Gadget was done in Japan, because one of his directors was. The name of him is
Shuken Levi, wasn't it?
no Toshiyuki Hiruma. Toshiyuki Hiruma, which was one of the guys that was effectively these intermediaries between Western studios, namely Deke in France, and then other studios in America and Canada, and the folks over in Japan. So again, find this all stuff.
I've learned way too much about cartoons tonight. This is not supposed to be about education. This is supposed to be about basketball.
Well, now hold on. Wasn't this for some kind of like charity or something that he's playing basketball for?
Yeah, that is true. You're right. You've got me
It's
there.
for kids. We have to throw in some educational stuff. We have to learn all about the fundamentals of basketball. That's what the Globetrotters were all about, right?
Yeah. As we know, Michael Jordan was everyone's favorite Globetrotter.
He was.
You got something good.
Oh no, I was slightly mistaken because there actually was Taiwanese involvement with Inspector Gadget as well.
Learning so much about Inspector Gadget tonight too. So much about basketball, about life, about pro
Go
stars.
Gadget Jordans!
All right, what we got? Nice shot. I need something good. I could use some more health. That is not health. That is a bad guy.
I'm looking at. I just found at the Wikipedia page for the studio that worked on the Japanese studio that worked on some of the stuff here. Interesting. Weird, random little things that this company has worked on, like one episode of Pinky and the Brain.
Yep.
Really? Which one?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say which one. It just says one
Was
episode.
it the episode where the brain has that big suit? He's trying to you know,
That
dress
was
up like
most
a
of
man.
the episode.
You know,
He had
and
that-
then he goes to play basketball.
They did this particular Japanese studio, which is called TMS Entertainment, or which was used to be known as Tokyo Movie Shinsha, worked on the some of the direct-to-video movies that were made for like Tiny Toons Adventures and stuff, like the How I Spent My Summer Vacation.
Oh my god, I remember that movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
that had basically probably key animations, or basically principal animation or basic animation done in America, and then they did the in-betweens in Japan.
I am so fucking lost right now in this stage and in this conversation.
You know, that is a good place to be.
When in doubt, just look to the basketball.
Oh, okay, I see where we are now. All right, we just went in a big ass circle, basically.
I mean, of course I have to be obsessed with animation. I live in Orlando, so, you know, there's...
It's true. You got Nickelodeon Studios right over there, even if it's
Right.
not as good as it used to be.
I remember going there when it was as good as it used to be. I don't remember
you both
anything
sound like
about
the
it.
biggest, like, hipsters right now as it comes to
Well, it's
cartoons.
not our fault, John. You weren't slimed ever.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
That
Besides, Nickelodeon Studios is kind of closed down in Orlando, so...
Oh, really? Why'd they close?
Because Nickelodeon sucks? I mean,
They ran out of slime?
possibly. That actually might be a better explanation.
Alright,
But to be honest, a lot of...
Bungborn said a very quiet egg. Hang on, oh, it's just because my SoundCloud volume's low. Not bad. And then we've got... Here's a non-basketball egg before I head off from Night Raider.
Chris,
Oh, hello.
why can't you understand? Understand, 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 understand. Egg.
That's beautiful.
Fantastic.
Oh my god, that's so good. It's funny because I found another concept of love egg right before the stream started, and I was like, man, I need a good one, and you totally sent this one.
So you'd understand the concept of egg.
It's so good. Night Raider, thanks for the 10-month sub. I'll give you your own egg.
Chris, why can't you understand? Understand, understand.
I wanna drink water, but I can't.
Understand, understand.
No, you have to drink Gatorade. We've been over this.
I've been really wanting to play Jet Set Radio Future lately. I need to figure out that mod so I can LP it. Holy shit. Thanks, Narrator. Don Kitty 7 and Kikyo 19 and 10 months respectively. Here, you know what? We'll give you one more. We're gonna give that one at least one more round. There's a lot of good eggs tonight. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
This is the way it should be.
Chris, why can't you understand? Understand, 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 understand. Egg.
Such a good night already. All right, World 4 or 5. We're almost done the holding cells. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Raz Dingo, thank you for subbing. Here's your egg.
Chris,
I think we had a person who subscribed for 10 months that was missed.
Understand,
NMNA?
Yep.
That's
NMNA 60.
understand, understand. Egg.
Where's their bowling ball? I'm just going to destroy these spiders. There we go.
Whoa.
I love that one of the basketballs is a bowling ball.
I mean, it's easier to dribble, so yeah.
Yeah. It's basically like an AoE bomb effect. I'm trying to remember what all the basketballs do. One is ice. The fuck was that? Got the baseball, which returns to you, but it's also like a boomerang. You can pick up items. Ice ball, which freezes the ground and enemies. Reflection ball, which will bounce around a couple times. Heat ball, which is his high damage. Apparently he likes to spin that one on his finger. The gold ball, which is heat-seeking. And the bomb ball, which...
Wait, hold on. The flame ball is not heat-seeking?
Believe it or not.
That doesn't make sense.
Wow, he's doing a really good job dribbling that bowling ball. And I don't even remember what this one is. This is the only one I don't remember. It looks almost like a normal basketball. Which, go figure, that'd be the one I don't remember.
It's because it is a normal basketball.
Dun dun dun. Oh, dude, any frozen enemies can be turned into a platform, too. Look at that. We're learning. We're learning about all this Windy City chaos.
There's probably going to be a bonus stage like that.
Oh, probably. That's probably how you learn about how all the extra basketballs. Damn it. I needed that. If the flame ball were heat-seeking, it would get confused because the heat would be coming from itself. Okay, Hugo has a really
Fair
good
enough.
point.
That is true.
How can something on
Well-
fire be heat-seeking?
Well, it depends on what its sensing range
Chat
is.
bringing the science tonight.
Well, that reminds me of Predator, the heat-seeking, or in that. You remember the heat vision?
Right.
I'm gonna
Okay.
cover myself in mud, and somehow that will work.
Right. So you're saying that underneath the fire, the ball is covered in mud, so
Yes.
it can't track itself.
Oh my god.
That is exactly what I meant, Skid. Thank you.
Somehow, Michael Jordan figured out how to light this pile of mud on fire and then make it bouncy like a basketball. So
You
we're
know,
sa-
Michael Jordan is magic.
I can believe it. And all that's doing is reminding me of that reboot of NBA Jam where you fight Magic Johnson and he is an actual wizard. He
You know Magic
teleports.
Johnson has his own movie theater.
Why not?
I mean, I know this because I work at a movie theater, and apparently we take coupons from them for some reason. I didn't even know these existed, but apparently there's like 3 of them that exist or something.
Let the man enjoy his movies, apparently. Man, this guy.
I was talking about Magic Johnson earlier today because I was talking with friends about point guards and basketball and stuff like that, and just because of how crazy of a shooter Stephen Curry is in the league right now, and it's like, but
Yeah,
in
we
terms
don't
of
talk about
assisting-
actual sports here. What are you talking about? We're just really into football.
Basically,
basketball.
my question is, where's the Magic Johnson platformer game? Because you go around passing the ball to other players to make points and be the best assisting person in the
I mean, we've
entire
got
game.
Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden now. That's really all you need in life.
And
That-
isn't there a sequel on the way?
Barkley 2. Barkley 2 is on the way. I wonder if I can get that with this. No, because
I
you can't
like
jump off the damn thing.
I like the oot ball. The oot ball is fantastic.
Oh yeah, were you here for that one?
No, it was not.
So, Kikyo NMNA, she did a donation comic, but the word football got cut off on the display, so it just said oot ball, and then that just became a thing for a while. And I guess it still kind of is a little bit.
It's still a command in Nightbot.
It is. That's why I saw it from Karma's camera, triggering the oot ball reference from Nightbot. So, and we got Shaq-fu 2 on the way.
That is true.
It looks okay from what they showed off so far.
It looks like it's gonna be stupid fun, which is really what a game like that should be.
So, is it going to come out before or after Mighty Number 9?
Ooh, that's
At this rate?
great. That game's not coming out. They're gonna have to give refunds out.
No, there's no way. Mighty Number 9 will come out. I played it at E3. It actually was better than the betas they were having out. So that game's come a long way. Because I did not like the beta for Mighty Number 9.
It's come a long way, but that doesn't mean it's finished or close to.
That's true. I don't know. I hope that game eventually comes out and that it's good. I just find it funny that the multiplayer is the thing that's slowing it down.
I
The
remember
multiplayer
yeah.
in Mighty Number 9?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's the netplay code that they've been screwing up on.
Yeah, there's a reason why some games just did not bother with it, like, Towerfall Ascension. They just said, fuck, no, we're not doing the net code. Screw you.
I'm going to guess this is the exit of the stage. So we need the red key. And we need the gold keys.
Oh, I saw someone in the chat. Make a GM. Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going? I haven't seen him in a while.
Yo. Hey, Mecca. I'm gonna be the last person to join in. Make
Do
it
you
seem like
remember,
I'm
though-
not very genuine.
The stretch goals for Shaq-fu, or not stretch goals. It was the donation incentives. Like, hey, donate this much money to me, and I, Shaquille O'Neal, will follow you on Instagram for an entire
I
year.
forgot about that.
Why would anyone do that? It's only a year, and then he's gonna unfollow you at that point. 'cause
Maybe he
probably-
won't. Maybe he'll forget.
Maybe we'll forget,
He probably is done putting up with your shit after like 2 days, whatever you're posting on Instagram. If you're that dedicated.
Maybe he's just gonna follow someone who just only posts about Shaq. Maybe the person who donated the money to that tier was actually just someone who runs like a Shaquille O'Neal like retweet. I don't know why I said that so
Do you think
weird.
they own like a bunch of Shaq soda or something? You remember that?
I mean, that still exists. Like you can still
It
buy that in
does.
stores.
I am the worst kind of person when I found out Shaq soda existed because a friend of mine had just found out it existed as well, and I convinced them at like 3 in the morning to go to a 7-Eleven just so I can make a pun.
Oh my god.
It's worth it.
And not because they were thirsty.
No, it wasn't because they were thirsty. They were like, I want to do this, and I was like, oh, you should film yourself, because all I wanted to do was say, hey, look, you recorded a reaction, and it was worth it because that joke was so terrible.
Jesus.
I
really?
gotta.
Yeah,
So where the hell in Chicago is this?
the Windy City.
This is
dude.
this is underneath the museum. You know, the
Okay.
museum.
The museum, right? Got it. Because I lived in Chicago for a few months and I don't remember this part of it.
Well, I mean, clearly you were not there during the chaos in the Windy
No,
City.
no. I mean, I remember the floating eyeballs. I mean, that's a pretty common sight.
That's a common
yeah,
scene in
Chicago's
Chicago.
well known for it.
Yeah, you know, you got your Chicago hot dogs and your Italian beef and your floating eyeballs. All those things are standard, but you know, infinite basketballs, that's a little weird.
That's where you draw the line.
That's right.
I mean, would you rather have infinite footballs?
I don't have any problem with that. You're asking the wrong person that question.
I know Skitch likes the Browns. He'd probably like them to have infinite football.
Oh man, if they made a video game about the Browns, that'd be a depressing experience.
Technically, isn't
It'd
that
be-
Madden?
No, it has to be something about the factory of sadness that is the Cleveland Browns, because that's actually a term for the team. The
Factory of Sadness?
Yes.
That is an incredible name for anything, no matter how depressing it is.
The
All right.
reason is because the Browns were an extremely they were a dominant team in the 1940s and 50s, and even into the 60s. Then the Super Bowl era began, and then problems started happening for Cleveland, and they couldn't win the big championship game for that point forward. So they've never been to the Super Bowl, period, in the 50 years it's been happening. And almost every time they've gotten very close, they've lost in dramatic fashion. There are two notable playoff games that the Cleveland Browns were in because they lost to the Denver Broncos for completely insane reasons. So, yeah.
Hang on. Arc Siran, 26 months. Thanks, dude. Here's your egg. I know I took the chance of saying more than Arc.
Give me an act. Give me an act. Give me an
So now,
act. You will give me an act.
There's other things I can go to, but I wanted to make a little thing. So, if they made a new Pro Stars based on this game, John,
We're back to Pro Stars.
Everything comes back to Pro Stars.
everything does.
All right, I'll
It's
buy.
like some
This-
kind of
this-
global ball.
This would be a much more realistic depiction of Michael Jordan than his depiction in Pro Stars.
I mean, that's usually what happens when you don't show a cartoon of someone.
Do you think? Now, here's the thing. I'm curious as to how they made the sprite for him. Do you think they just, used reference pictures? Do you think they did a little bit of rotoscoping of sorts?
I'm pretty sure this is rotoscope. That's why a lot of people were thinking, was this made by the same group that did Shaq-fu?
Yeah, this is why I thought this was a Genesis game earlier.
Yeah, it's rotoscoping those flips in the air and stuff like that.
But more importantly, going back to Shaq-fu, do we think Shaq will be the best character in that game now?
Oh, is there confirmed more than one character in Shaq-fu too?
Yeah, no, remember they showed it on the Kickstarter originally. One of them was a Kickstarter-only character that you had to donate for.
Now I'm wishing I had actually donated to that.
So the question is if Shaq's going to be a character in Dive Kick, because that's really the only thing that needs to happen at that point.
No,
I
no.
mean-
See, Shaq's gonna make his own game.
Dunk
called-
Kick
yeah, Dunk
is
Kick.
that's gotta happen.
It will even have.
I
Johnny
would
Depp.
also play that.
Dunk Kick, yeah, that's a great game in the making.
Fuck. Uh-oh.
Any game with Johnny Gat is a good game.
So Saints Row's
All
and
of
Dive
them.
Kick.
Yes.
Yeah.
That entire row of Saints.
Apparently, they're showing off Saints Row PSP, which never came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that
Chip's showing
yeah, I was
that off
gonna say,
tomorrow.
I was gonna say, is that Chip showing that off?
Yeah, he does all the streams. That's the only reason they do them.
Mm-hmm.
Those streams are pretty great.
Interestingly enough, there was a student of mine back in 2006 when I started working where I am, who got hired at Volition Software before he graduated.
Really, that's
So he
impressive.
actually worked on some of the St. Rose stuff before going over to Gearbox to work on Borderlands.
Ooh.
So now he's the main audio guy at Gearbox over in Dallas. I think that's where they are now.
That sounds right. I thought they were in Austin for some reason, but I think you're right about Dallas.
I don't think they were ever in Austin because I would have actually been able to meet people from Gearbox when I was in Austin a few years ago. I was in Austin for a game developers conference event and hang out with a few people, but they weren't really close. Austin's a pretty cool town, though. I've only been there once.
Oh man, have I found the key I need yet? Where the hell is it?
Well, I mean, our Bio 77 is asking the tough questions here. Can we get back to the concept of Dunk Kick? And really, the design doc for Dunk Kick is a whole like 700 fragment of a napkins long. You know.
Who do you think the cast of Dunk Kick would consist of?
Well,
I feel like
obviously-
Dunk Kick would just be the spin-off of Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden. I feel like they would be
maybe.
the guys that would make it. What the fuck is that?
Well, it's. Oh, that.
I'm pretty sure that's a basketball.
No,
Yeah.
you'll see it in a second.
I think I know what this is. I think this is what Duker alluded to earlier.
It might be. That was one of the bosses, is what I linked to you.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
It's one of the gargoyles from the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
That was a monkey. That was very clearly a robotic monkey.
I think this is clearly a tie-in to the Hunchback of Notre Dame. We'll figure out what year that movie came out here.
amazing. It also came out on November 21st, 1994.
No, that came
Somehow.
out June 21st, 1996. But that would have been something.
But maybe the movie took place on November 21st, 1994.
That would make sense, given the fact
Would
that
it?
they burned gypsies, and
It's well known for that.
and
Yeah.
didn't have cars, because that's how France was like in 1994.
Yeah, France was well behind other countries.
Sweet.
And everyone lived happily ever after. Nobody died at the end of the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Uh-huh.
Nobody.
That explains the sequel. All right, guys. At the end of this stage is a boss, so we got to get ready to fight ourselves a boss.
Are you ready for this?
Dun, 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 dun.
I think now is no better time than any to say, maybe you should take a little Gatorade break.
I could go take an actual intermission if that's what you're saying.
I wasn't saying that, but if you want to, hey, that's whatever.
Oh, God.
You know,
Oh,
gets
God.
the Gatorade
Oh, my
sponsor
God.
Out there.
Captive here. I just like that.
Now, what would you say is your favorite Gatorade flavor if you had to choose one? There's so many colors to choose from.
My colors are my favorite flavor.
They really are. Those are the best ones. You got blue, you got green, you got red, you got basketball.
I prefer Wild Blue Citrus Desperation. It's it's the flavor that you get for drinking this stuff when clearly you have no self-respect. You know.
We're getting a little dark with this.
Possibly.
All right, what's the best way to get rid of this guy? I wonder.
Have you
Nope.
tried basketball?
No, I have not. You're right. My God, Juker, you're a genius again.
In
Even though it
basketball,
was the
it's the
exact
answer to
same
everything.
enemy. It was the exact same enemy I asked you last time. I swear there's an item.
I mean,
for
it's
health
gonna be the
extension,
answer
too.
to everything regardless. It's just, try basketball. If basketball doesn't work, you're at an unpassable wall. I can't help you.
People are asking questions. Is this a real game? It sure was.
It
was on the
is.
SNES.
This is a Super Nintendo game. Released by Electronic Arts in 1994. Don't want to run too far.
Designed by the same woman who'd go to make Soul Reaver. Clearly, you can see the connection.
Yep. You see, Cain and Azrael are really just allegories for Slam Jam. Oh crap, that's a 1-up. I gotta destroy this thing. I want that 1-up. There we go. Now I can get it without hopefully drowning. I have no idea if I can do this without drowning. I forgot about the current.
There's current.
Yes.
Oh. So there's water physics,
Yes.
but no ball physics.
Yes. You've actually done it. You've figured out the mystery.
That explains why it needs to be in the Super Nintendo, though. That processing power for accurate water emulation.
Yes. I wouldn't call that remotely accurate, but yes, you're right. All right.
See, this also
Damn it, I don't have
this also is allusion to the amazing water behavior in Uncharted.
Oh, like that one ship part in Uncharted 3?
Exactly.